premarital counseling before engagement. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, that I'm very much passionate about having premarital counseling before engagement, other than before marriage. And I want to give a little bit of brief because I said this in when I started this series actually. So I said that I believe that you should do this thing because there are certain things that you might find out about the person that you are already engaged to, that you'll find out that you can't bear those kind of stuff. And you marry that person and you try to tolerate those things and you find out that those are the things that really turn you off and they cause you to divorce because those things are not things that I wouldn't say they are not fixable, but they when you are married it's already too late for you to fix them. So so I already talked about a lot of things, and adding to the love and sex series, you know that the things that you really need in your to understand love and sex. And even with the series that I am ongoing with this one on premarital counseling before engagement. So today we're going to talk about giving and taking. So the last time that I actually did this series, I talked about the third person, and I want you to check it out because I think it's very much imperative to know what the third person is, because sometimes people have the tendency to think that the third person is someone who is cheating, or someone who is involved in your relationship and your partner is cheating on you with them, or you are cheating with that person. But you'll find out that sometimes, a lot of times, even the third person might not be even a person themselves, can be a lot of things. And I want you to check it out because I think that when you are experiencing premarital counseling, that is something that you need to talk about before you start to get engaged. Because sometimes the third person can be finances, sometimes can be your goals, your visions, and that could cause you guys, you ladies and gentlemen, to drift apart. So today we're going to talk about giving and taking. So there's a saying that I've adopted since I've lived the kingdom life, and even now in my relationships with everyone, not only romantic relationships, but relationships with my parents, with my friends, with my partners, with my community, with my colleagues, and all of them. I've adopted this thing of empathy. Empathy is when you say that do something to others that you would like to do, you would like for them to do to you. So I've adopted that trait about myself, into myself, because I've realized that we want to receive something from people that we are not willing to give. And this is something that I think it's a very much imperative when it comes to the roots of marriage, in terms of the roots of relationships as well. It's not only about marriage, but even relationships as well. That you should be willing to give what you want to take. You should be willing to say that if you want a boyfriend who is affectionate and loving and all that, then be willing to do the things that would make him do those kind of stuff. Because you should realize that affection to a guy is more of a result. He gives you affection not because it's part of the thing that he sees as the relationship, the growing of the relationship. No, he sees it as something that is a result based on what you are doing in his lives. Then he will become more affectionate. So I've done a video already on what can you do to make your man be more affectionate to you. And I've emphasized the reason why I say that it's a result more than a process. But a lot of times, I'm making an example, by the way. A lot of times you'll find out that people make it more of a process than a result. What is the difference between the two? A process meaning that it is something that you are using the relationship work. But when it's a result, it's an outcome of something that you did to that that makes the outcome, that makes the affection the outcome. So let me give it in as a practical example. When you are applying affection as a process, that is when a guy is more clingy to you. He's always wanting to be with you. He's always, because in his mind, he thinks that when he's more affectionate to you, you will love him more. So the result is that in his mind, he says that she will love me more. So I should be more affectionate. But when you put it as a result, is that there is something that you need to do. Then, if you are doing it in his life and he feels that you are fulfilling in his life, then he's going to be more affectionate to you. You hear the difference. So, that is just an example. But what I've realized is that I've realized this thing in terms of a lot of times with the ladies. But let me talk in the category of ladies and gentlemen. So, I want to speak about the gentlemen. Gentlemen, you can't want something or look for something in a woman that you are not willing to give as a man. You see, gentlemen, women and men are not the same. They are not equal. They don't think the same. That is why you don't get attracted to another man, because you don't think, you think you get repelled when you date someone who thinks the same as you. That is why when homosexuals do whatever that they do, and by the way, know I'm against homosexuality. When homosexuals date each other, you see that there is such a thing as a feminine and a masculine. You see, there is a reason for that, but I'm not gonna go into detail when it comes to the homosexual. But I'm gonna talk about you as a man. If you want your woman to become more feminine to you, you should be more masculine. So masculinity, what is it in a summary? You should have a mission. You should be disciplined. You should be emotionally intelligent. You should have boundaries. You are the priority, not her. That's a summary. I can say a lot of things, but that's just a summary. So, if you want your woman to be more submissive to you, if you want her to be more feminine to you, you should be more masculine. What do I mean when I say more submissive and more feminine? If you want her to clean more for you, if you want her to cook more for you, if you want her to dress like a lady in front of you, then you should show that you're willing to not tolerate the nonsense. You are showing her that you don't like her wearing provocatively. You should show her that you, not in a controlling manner, because controlling manners are weak behavior, but saying it in a masculine way. Tell her that you don't want her to go for a girls' night out, because you already know what happens when they go for a girls' night out. And if she can't go to places, especially at night, that she ain't willing to go with you, then you know that there's a problem there. And I'm not saying this because it's a control thing. It is because I've been there when before really became a kingdom citizen. I've been there. I saw, and especially those who actually have boyfriends, they are so hypergamous. They wear things that they'll never wear for their boyfriends, and they are doing that whilst they have you sitting at home saying that you have your baby waiting for you. You see, so be more masculine. Have a mission. That's the first thing. Have God, actually. The first thing is just have God. Have a mission. A mission is your purpose and discipline and everything. You see. So when you want your girl to be more feminine, you want her to actually give you more sex. You understand? More sex. Make sex Sex is more of, to a man, sex is more of a process. To a woman, sex is more of a result. And I'll give you a little brief of why. Men need sex, you see. Women need affection. Women project sex as affection as sex as well. Not that affection is just sex, but project affection as sex as well. But you'll see the Love and Sex series and you'll understand what I say when I say that. So now let's go to the context of women. Ladies, don't be the leech in a man's life. You see, a lot of ladies like to pressurize men and want a man to bring everything to the table while she doesn't bring much. She brings her body, her beauty, her vagina. And you'll find out that she doesn't really bring that much. And you'll find out that women have this tendency of thinking as let me reiterate with men also. Frequency of talking doesn't mean that the relationship is going to grow. Meaning that it doesn't matter how many days, or if you talk to her every single day, every single time, every day, it doesn't mean that relationship is going to grow. The intensity of the conversation is the one that matters. So now I'm talking about the ladies. Ladies, listen to me very carefully. And it's very sad that I talk to the ladies, because in the previous video that I made, when I say that I'm talking about options, um, there's one comment that really blew me up, and it's very sad that that comment is very actually true. He said that you shouldn't try to reason with a woman because women are not going to listen to you. And unfortunately, quite frankly, it's sad because some way, somehow, that is actually true. But I digress. When I say give and take for ladies, ladies, receive from men what will you are willing to give as a woman. You see, ladies, this is something you should identify. Men don't want the same thing that you need as a woman. Don't think that when you have a lot of money, you add value into his life. He doesn't see it as value as much as other things. Yes, you helping him financially, yes, it it helps him, but it doesn't bring as much value in his life than you being the woman in his life. What does the woman in his life do? The woman is a helper. I actually just wanted to do a video of what is a helper, because I've done a video already of what is a provider, but I just want to do a video what is a helper. Because wow, ladies don't really know what helpers. They are helpers conditionally. When I say conditionally, I mean that they want a guy to do something so that they can actually become a helper. If he doesn't do certain things, he's not a help. They don't help him. So I want to do just that video. Like I said before, and I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to say it again. Femininity and masculine and submissiveness, it is not a condition, it's a lifestyle. And the reason why I say that is because you don't want him to be masculine because you are feminine, right? You want him to be masculine because it is the way he is, it is his lifestyle. So it is the same with you, ladies. If you want your man to be more, you want him to feel like he's receiving from you, you need to make femininity and submissiveness your lifestyle. Submission is a lot of things that I cannot break down in this video, but you need to give him submission. You need to give him femininity. You need to give him the assurance that if you can take care of yourself, it means that you are willing to take care of the children. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about in the context of a woman, because men and women are not the same. Let me give you an example of what you can give a man that you can receive. Ladies, cooking for your man is very much important. If you don't know how to cook, please learn how to cook. Learn. There's a lot of things that you can do. You might not be the perfect person to cook, but at least if you're trying and trying and trying and learn this in your house, when you live with him, that is when you the trial and error you can put the trial and error in more complicated meals. But cooking for your man is very much important in him feeling that he's receiving the care from his woman. Because women have the tendency of thinking that there's if you don't have to cook for him, he can cook for himself. Ladies, men don't like takeaways. In as much as they're delicious, we don't like takeaways. We like homemade meals. And we like meals that have you seen a man when his mother cooked for him, how he feels? Even if the meal is not the greatest meal out there, but how he feels after the mother has cooked for him. The taste, the deliciousness, the amazingness of the meal, the fact that he feels warmth within that meal, because the objective that he feels warm. He doesn't, it's not about the meal itself, but it's about the warmness that he feels after you cook for him. So, ladies, please learn how to cook. Then he will receive it and he will give to you something that you will feel as a need. Even financial support. Ladies, don't the the more that a man gives you money and you don't give him anything in return, the more he owns you. That's the reality that you need to face. If you are so obsessed about a man giving you money and you're not giving him anything of value, and you think that you're giving him sex is something of value, he owns you. And when he starts abusing you, don't become surprised. When he starts doing all sorts of nasty things to you, don't become surprised. So, ladies and gentlemen, give what you are willing to take. If you want to be given something, be willing to give it to the next person and be empathetic. You can't want something from someone that you're not willing to give. You can't want monetary values from someone if you're not willing to support someone monetary as well. You can't do that. Please, I'm begging you, especially the ladies, because you are all being lied to. Don't think that if he's supporting you financially, it means that he loves you more. If you're not giving him anything and he's just giving you money, it's a trap. He will own you. And if you think that that is going to make him feel like he's the man, you're going to experience something else. So give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below. Tell me if you like these premarital counseling videos before engagement, because I think that sometimes I just have to go live with one of y'all so that you can be able to tell me what are your thoughts. So always remember /TechXY so just do you.